We're listening to Britney Spears audio. Let's go on to this is part two.
And I haven't really shared even half of it. I think the main thing I do remember when it started was my dad's control. He loved to control everything I did. I remember the first day he said, "I'm Britney Spears and I'm calling the shots." And I'm like, alrighty then. My brother was a football player. My dad was really, really hard on him when he was younger. Really abusive. And I think when my mom gave him the idea for the conservatorship and his friend, I think he just really regrouped it and made such a really, really overhauling big deal out of it. And it was just...
So basically it was to steal her money. That's the way I take that. Like, it's basically he wanted her money that she worked her ass off for.
Really too much. I remember him always being in the office, and my girlfriend was his assistant, and they would just stay in there all day with the door shut, and I was never ever able to leave or go anywhere. My first job, after the 2 weeks of being hospitalized and completely traumatized out of my mind, I did a TV show called How I Met Your Mother, and then I started working on an album called Circus, and started working away right away. All I do remember is I had to do what I was told. I was told I was fat every day. I had to go to the gym. I had to just... And I never remember feeling so demoralized and just...
And what you gotta realize, the person that is putting her down and telling her this shit is her own fucking dad. What a piece of shit he is.
They made me feel like nothing. And I went along with it because I was scared. I was scared and fearful. I didn't even really do anything. And I had like a swap team and how, like, none of it made sense to me. So since that day, I did probably 4.5 tours. I did an album, Circus, Femme Fatale, Britney Jean, and Glory.
I bet the tours when your parents, one of your mom turned on you technically, and your dad become a straight fucking prick, it'd be hard to tour knowing that these people are basically keeping you in prison in a way. Like you're not behind the bars. You can go out to where they fucking tell you to go, which is basically like a prison.
And then I started doing a Vegas show in Las Vegas, and I did that for 4.5 years. I do remember working, and I got to a point where, because my pride in my 30s, I have to live under my father's rules, and, the dancers are playing and drinking and having fun at nights in Vegas, and I couldn't do anything. And I remember just being like, my performances, I know, were horrible. Like, I even wore wigs, and all the dancers were doing all these nice, sexy head flip turns, and I had conditioner treatment in my hair and like these little caps over my head, and just during the whole show getting conditioner treatments just with wigs on because I was just like a robot. Honestly, I didn't give a fuck anymore because I couldn't go where I wanted to go.
Yeah. Like, you were forced to do what you were told would make you want to fucking not give a fuck anymore. So I get it. That's fucking crazy. Like, I'm glad she's coming out with her story. What led to the end of her conservatorship.
Couldn't have the nannies that I wanted to have. I couldn't have cash. And it was just demoralizing.
That's fucked up, because all the money she's making is her fucking money that she made. Not her fucking dad's. Who is a fucking prick, by the way.
So I was kind of like in this conspiracy thing of people claiming and like treating me like a superstar, but yet they treated me like nothing.
Like, if you remember back, like, I grew up with Britney, because Britney's like 40, I think, and I'm 42, or 43, sorry. So she was like 3 years younger than me, maybe 2.5. So I grew up with Britney, being a singer and shit. And as I grew up, I thought she was like, she had this amazing life. Like all singers, you think, man, they have these amazing lives. They got money and fame and fortune, big ass houses and sweet cars, and this girl was trapped in that world in not a good way, in a horrible way, because her father had control of her life.
Well, for some reason, I started to get a spark back. I remember recording Glory, and for some reason, I think producing and making music, and I went to this little Spanish house, and I got the fire back in my eyes for some reason, and it was at the end of recording Glory, and my son named it, and things started kind of taking a turn because I started getting more confidence just for myself. And I think with confidence, people kind of like, oh wait, what's going on now? Like she's speaking up a little bit more, but it might not be particularly a good thing if I've been quiet for 15 years.
So when she started getting confidence, they started worrying. That's fucking crazy. She's about to speak up, and I think that's where we're going at in this next little section. So that's going to be part 3, guys.